amounts and rates as determined by the Warren County Budget Commission for fiscal year 2025. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. I need to have the rule waive for the 2 reading rule. I need a motion
I make a motion to waive the reading rule.
and a second.
Brenda Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack, Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
I will need a motion and a second to approve emergency resolution 2024-33 by title only.
Brenda Combs, motion made to approve the resolution 2024-33.
Second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Motion carries. Emergency ordinance 2024-20, creating the position of Deputy Director of Finance and Tax Administration and establishing compensation and fund allocation. Discussion.
Okay, so that's okay. So the Personnel Committee met and we went over all the job description and we went over the point scores. And to get a good appropriate person, because we are growing and we need a little bit more experience than what we had. And we met with Jerry and Tina and the committee, and we did approve this job position and the salary. I just wanted to give you that information, and I'll make a motion to waive the reading.
Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. I will need a motion to approve emergency ordinance 2024-20 by title only.
I make a motion to approve the ordinance 2024-20.
Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. I will need a motion to approve the invoices, but I'm going to ask you all if you have any questions about the invoices before you do that. Hearing none. Could I have a motion to approve the invoices?
Mary Ann Harrison, to make a motion to approve the invoices.
And a second, I'm sorry.
Sharon Carmack, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you all. Motion carries. I need a motion to the approval of the law director's invoice.
I make a motion to approve.
Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
I need a motion to approve the August financial statements. And if you have any questions at any time before we make the motion, please feel free to ask. Hearing no questions or concerns.
Motion made.
And a second.
Second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Motion carries. A motion to approve minute meetings from regular meeting August 15th, 2024. Before we do that, are there any corrections or additions? Hearing none, I need a motion and a second.
Sharon Carmack, I make a motion.
Linda Allen, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. Moving on to old business. The emergency ordinance 2024-19 is second reading, accepting the Frank Snyder Park annexation of 21.5659 acres in Union Township, Warren County, Ohio, to the city of South Lebanon. We need a motion to approve by title only. Before we do this, is there any discussion?
Is this considered an emergency ordinance where you need to waive the rules?
No, I just asked you.
No,
Okay, and I
there was
kind of
it-
thought that. Also too, by doing it by an emergency, all that really means is that they were bypassing the appeal period, correct?
Correct.
Brenda Combs, motion made.
Linda Allen, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
I recuse myself.
That's done, right? Okay, we'll move on to communications and reports from all of us, and I don't have a lot. It's been a busy week. We've had our committees meeting. Thank you to Roland and Linda and all of our committee members, and we're still having those committee meetings. Jerry and I met with the contractors choice one to discuss Forest Avenue construction, and I'll let Jerry tell you all about that. We hit the groundbreaking for River Creek Slough, and Sam was very gracious and had lunch for all of us today. It was a very nice event, and it's going to absolutely be a beautiful, fantastic place. And I told Sam today, when Donna and I downsize, we'll be looking. So it was a very, very nice day for those that weren't able to attend. It was a little hot, but and you'll probably see some funny pictures of us around with hard hats on and shovels and nice clothing that we were wearing. So, but it was a very nice day. So I'm just going to move on now to our Director of Finance, Tina.
Thank you, council members, for the approval of ordinance 2024-20 for the new Deputy Director of Finance Tax Administrator position. I think with this position approved and us filling this position, it will help advance our finance office into the future and grow. So probably tomorrow sometime I'll try to start getting that posted out there, and we hopefully, as Sally and I say, we will be very thankful by Thanksgiving when we have a full staff. So we did have our new tax clerk start this week. Her name is Melina Werner. She does live here in the city. She's just right down the street, so no problem with getting to work. So if you happen to be in the building, stop in the tax office and introduce yourself and say hi. I may invite her to the next council meeting because she is so close and it wouldn't be too much of a burden to come back to the meeting. But we said, if you happen to be in with one of these committee meetings, stop in and just introduce yourself. But thank you.
And our Law Director, Andrew Meyer.
Are you gonna go to Jerry first?
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped over you, Jerry. Oh, forget Jerry. I'm sorry, Jerry. I
Yeah,
put
just
check-
a couple things. And Forest Avenue, we had the pre-construction meeting for that. They plan on starting first part of October. And then should be completed by Thanksgiving, hopefully before then. It'll be closed between High Street and Section Street. So there's quite a bit of stuff to do. But it will be open to the local residents. So we'll work with them to make sure that have less little impact as possible. But it will be an inconvenience for everybody. So we're still working on the detour route for that. So we'll be getting that out on our water bills and website. So we're gonna, Public Works Committee is meeting tomorrow. We're gonna review the draft paving plan, and then having suggestions or comments, we'll incorporate those and then try to get that out to the public, to try to get some public input on that. So we can get it into the budget for next year, hopefully. The arbors at Grandin Pond subdivisions moving along pretty quickly. They plan on they want to try to start building this later this year, so start getting houses going in. So try to get an update on that at the next meeting. And then the maintenance guys will waiting on to get the crack sealing machine from our supplier. So hopefully it'll cool down a little bit while they start doing the crack sealing, but that should be starting hopefully next week. And then after that, then there'll be one right to leaf pickup probably. So we'll have a busy fall this year. That's all I got.
Okay. Now our law director.
Jerry, turn it on,
Sorry.
please. Yeah, I just got two things I want to talk about tonight. One, Jerry and I met last week. There's a few properties in the city that have some abandoned houses on them, some blighted properties. We're coming up with a process to hopefully take care of those particular properties and clean those up. There's some zoning regulations and other rules that would permit us to do certain things and take action to either tear the houses down, take over the properties, declare them condemned. So I just wanted to let council know that we are in the process of trying to take care of some of those vacant properties that we've received several complaints about. Second, council recently approved several months ago a new bond schedule for Mayor's Court. And the theory behind approval of that bond schedule was to make the bond schedule here in Mayor's Court in South Lebanon consistent with other courts in the county. Well, the court clerk informed me last week that there has been a glitch in the system in applying that new bond schedule. And the reason is because our max fine for certain level offenses plus court costs is $225. And under that bond schedule, there are bonds that exceed that $225 cost. So I wanted to bring the issue before council because there are a couple of options that I think you need to consider. One would be modifying the bond schedule that's currently in place to reduce the amount of the bond for an itemized list of offenses. And I can present those to council if that's the option that's chosen. Alternatively, council could consider raising the amount of court costs in South Lebanon Mayor's Court and increasing the court costs to bring it up to the level that we would need in the clerk's office to approve those bonds for those particular offenses. It has been some time since court costs have been addressed by council. They've been $75 per case or per charge for a long time. We have looked at court costs in other courts throughout the county. And South Lebanon Mayor's Court is far below court costs in other courts. They usually average around $125 to $130 in other courts. So I wanted to bring that issue before council because it does need to be addressed, and either option would be an avenue to address it. Something to think about. If any of you have any questions tonight, I can field those. Or if there's a consensus on the option, I can draft one type of document or the other, depending upon the preference for option. So I'll open it up to you all for any questions or discussion.
So what, I don't go to court, so what is our court cost?
$75.
Yeah, the current court cost is $75. So if an individual is charged with an offense in South Lebanon Mayor's Court, and they come to court and either they pay out on a fine or they plead or are found guilty, part of their fine, in addition to the fine, is a court cost of $75. That's automatic. And so it's been $75 for years and years and years.
And you're stating that this is just for a certain amount of offenses or for all offenses?
So in the bond schedule that was approved by council, there are lists of offenses in that bond schedule. And I don't have it in front of me tonight. I forgot it in my office, but for certain offenses on that bond schedule, the bond is in excess of $225. For example, there's an offense for multiple texts while driving. So if somebody's charged with a third offense for texting while driving, that bond increases above $225. And so that creates, we found out, creates a glitch in our system, and our system can't process that particular bond because it's a max of 225.
And that's a state law, correct?
But
The multiple texting.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, one offense for texting and driving is above the 225. That's just an example, but on that bond schedule, it identifies each offense and then the bond associated with that offense. And as you go down that list, there's several. It's not a lot, but there's, I think, 4 or 5 that I can think of off the top of my head that exceed the 225.
My question is, can't we just fix the system itself?
No, because of the way that it works right now is the bond for those particular offenses is automatically a certain amount. And we can't, through the computer system, process it because the max amount that we can charge right now, according to the $75 court costs and the fine, is $225. So council would need to do either of those options that I presented.
So then how do they do this at other places? I mean,
Their court costs are higher.
that's.
It comes down to the court costs.
I would think it would be a no-brainer to go up with the court cost. And that way we're following the state
Well, other counties.
and other
Other
counties as well, but
courts.
with the fines. That's,
Corey, why don't you step in and give your thoughts on this particular issue?
Well, the only thing I could bring to light when it comes to this is we have a countywide bond schedule now. Years ago, every court set their own bonds, and it was, Franklin Court was different from Lebanon Court, Lebanon from county. Whenever we had to book somebody in, you had sheets, and you had to flip and figure out what court, and then go from there.
Is that Mike on?
The idea of a countywide bond schedule was to have one set bond for all the municipal courts to follow, which is, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mason follows along with Lebanon, Franklin. So there's now, instead of having like 4 or 5 different sheets for the officer or the deputy to have to go from, there's one bond schedule for all the courts in the county. I cannot tell you what the other mayor's courts do. I have not looked into that. I don't know if that was something Karen was gonna look into, but as far as the municipal courts, it's one bond schedule for the whole county. It was just getting difficult. I mean, sometimes the bonds would be put in wrong because there were so many different ones. So just streamlined it. And the other courts got together and came up with this municipal bond schedule.
What's your opinion, Andrew? Oh,
So-
I'm sorry, Linda.
That's okay, that's okay. I was just thinking when he was talking. Is there a way for us to, okay, let's talk about local courts, other courts like ours. If they're not having this issue, do you think? I mean, if their schedule must be close to what yours is, or they'd be having the same issue, right?
I don't know the program that's used, but I mean, we can look into it. I'm not sure what, let's say Springboro Mayor's Court. I can't really say. I don't want to make an assumption that it would make sense that they follow the same countywide bond schedule, but I cannot tell you that's what they do right now.
The software is pretty consistent across. The software is pretty consistent among other municipalities that use the same Baldwin Group software that I'm aware of, that I've worked for a couple different ones. So I don't know if there's other ones out there, but that's the only one I've heard of.
That would be you or Karen's.
Right.
They'd be the experts on that.
Andrew, can you kind of look at that and see? I mean, I kind of want to be consistent with other city courts, but also too, we need to make everything, more streamlined as well. But let's look at it.
So what I'll do is I will find out whether other mayor's courts have adopted the bond schedule that we've adopted. And I will also find out what court costs are in some of those other mayor's courts, so then we can compare. And then you can consider those options further, if that's acceptable. All right.
As far as, and the only thing I can say is it made my job a lot easier to not have to flip through so many pages and get the bond wrong on somebody. So by having one, it was a lot easier on all the officers to not make any errors and the jail not make any errors. Put somebody in that's supposed to be on a higher bond and it's a lower one because you're on the wrong page. So, thank you.
So you're up
Cory-
next.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Corey, before you.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew,
So
did you have
this,
any-
if we approve this, it'll make your job a lot easier, allow you more time on the street as well, that it cuts back on your paperwork.
Or is
It
that
makes it
bulky?
uniform is what it
Yeah.
does. It just
Right.
makes it
Makes it
uniform
more
with the
uniform
municipal
That's
across the
right.
courts.
board.
Yeah, so, but we used to, when we go into the jail, there would be, like I said, there'd be bond schedules for all the different courts. And you're trying to find them and flip through them. And
Mhm.
so, it just make a lot streamlined,
Okay.
like you were saying, Councilmember Val. Thank you.
Anything else to report?
I do not have anything else that I can recall.
Okay,
Does anybody have anything else for me?
it's been pretty quiet. It's
Um,
quiet, but it's busy.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
There's a lot more traffic on the road.
there's a lot more traffic.
I have something for you. Have you heard
Yes.
about the band, the burn ban that the county?
I saw
just-
that. I got a notice on it today
Okay.
with everything going on.
Well,
I know
we
that
would
they're-
like to have that on the record, so our
You can put that out front
constituents
too, Jerry.
are aware of that, since it's countywide
Yeah.
burn ban.
Yeah, I happened to see it. I can't remember if it was an email or some other type of media that I saw it on earlier today.
Yeah, Union Township put it out,
Okay.
the Union Township Fire Department, and then the county.
Well, they recently had, there was some farming equipment that was trying to bale hay and it ignited and some fields caught on fire. And that, they couldn't help that. They were trying to
Right.
do their job, but I know they get a lot of calls for right now with all sorts of things. People throwing cigarettes in mulch and it lighting a fire and, yeah. Probably
And
not a
those,
good idea to
those
have a
are
bonfire right
accidents.
now.
We're,
Yeah.
we don't want to have somebody with a fire pit
Exactly.
and it jump into the grass and
Yeah.
go from there.
Yeah, definitely not a good idea to have a bonfire right now.
Kind of sad, but it's,
Well, looking at the forecast, if it's right, I'm hoping it looks like rain maybe Monday and Tuesday is what I saw, but we'll see. We could use it.
they keep saying that, but have you ever looked at the radar when rain is coming in? It goes around us. And I'm like, What is that?
And you would think that's something we shouldn't be complaining about, right?
Right.
Beautiful
I'm
weather,
like,
sunshine.
Rain.
Well, the crops need it and so do our yards. So
Yes.
is there anything else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilmember Spicer.
I have a couple things this evening. I have right here ordinance number 2019-26. It's our lease agreement with the Historical Society. I was wanting to renew that this evening. I have a question for Andrew. Would that require a motion or an emergency?
It doesn't necessarily have to be an emergency. And the motion would be specifically what?
According to our council rules, anything that's brought up like that brought up in this session, in this session cannot be voted on until the next meeting. It can be discussed, but it has to be, according to our rules of council, it has to be given a chance to go through the process. Well, Linda, isn't that the rules of council?
So add a line item to the agenda for next meeting, new business. And I can draft some options for presentation. And what was the ordinance number again?
2019-26.
All right. Add that to the agenda for next meeting as well. Did we do that?
I don't think we hit the rules of council
When did we
at
do
that point. We did.
I think they did it as a motion that you were adopting. Versus legislation.
So yeah, there is a distinction between a legislative action such as trying to enter into or negotiate a new contract versus just something that would be more non-legislative, like a flag or a seal. So yes, there is a distinction. So we can
Yes.
do that one tonight. All right.
Combs, second.
Allen,
Yay.
Carmack,
Yay.
Combs,
Yay.
Harrison,
Yay.
Spicer.
Yay.
Anything else? Okay. Councilmember Carmack, glad to have you back.
I would just like to thank Sergeant Adams for going above and beyond and just, he knows what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Sharon. Councilmember Harrison, I couldn't see you. I couldn't see you there.
I just wanted to let everyone know that there was a state fire marshal, Ohio State Fire Marshal that put out that was, that was put out there, but the county dispatched this for the burn ban. So if you want to look at it, I guess you'll put it up there on the, put it out on the official website. Okay. Because we're safety first. So, and I want to thank Sergeant Adams for all they do. And the Union Township, Hamilton Township Fire Department that we can always count on, and all the first responders. That's it. Thank you. Thank you,
you.
everybody. It was a great day today, too. Great day.
Councilmember Allen?
Yes, thank you. I want to thank everyone that was involved in the car show. That was excellent. We had a great time. We had a lot of people show up. Great music, by the way. If He always does
Yes.
great.
Yes.
I met so many people from South Lebanon I hadn't seen in years. It was just awesome. And I want to thank everybody for that. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Combs.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the car show. Our constituents, they absolutely love seeing their representatives out there. And they seen Roland and Linda, and our mayor was sick, so we're
Yeah,
not gonna
she
hold that
was.
against her.
Yeah, I was afraid I'd give
But she was
somebody
there
else
for the,
something.
but she was there for the July 4th. It was horribly hot. So, but, and I would like to thank Corey and your special touches the day of his services. Touched us. And I'd like to thank Warren County for everything that they do and everything that that Union Township does for us.
Does anybody have anything else for the good of the order? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Hearing none. Meeting adjourned.